IRS Tax Coach Susan. I am right now here at the IRS Tax Forum. Those seminars are for the year 2020, and there's over 4,000 tax preparers here, and this is in Florida. So we gathered together to get a lot of information, and this year there is a lot of good stuff that I think is going to be very beneficial to you. So I'm going to give you some highlights of what I gathered, and I think you're gonna love it. So let's start.
Okay, my wonderful and totally fabulous friends. I was not able to finish this video at the conference, but we had lots of fun refreshing our memory, learning new things, and meeting new people. From what I can see in this tax forum, the desires for improvement is definitely there. So let's start with data number one. And I don't know why, but I always looked at the IRS as being out there in the paper era a lot. I know they are on YouTube, but I didn't know they were on Twitter and Instagram. So if you're in the midst of tax season and you need some resource, know that the IRS is actually out there on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram putting lots of resources. Going to data number two, it is about the hot bread out of the oven, the famous QBI, Qualified Business Deduction. As most of you already know, it's no taxes, no federal taxes, and 20% of your net profit. So, for example, if that 20% was $20,000, that's a savings of $3,564. So it is important you have a general or basic understanding about this historic deduction, because as you know, there's always rules, So with that, let me remind you that QBI is for LLCs or S corporations, LLC, DBAs, sole proprietors, or self-employed people. Why? Because the net profit is reported in the Form 1040 in your personal taxes. So QBI does not apply to a C corporation. It's like oil and water. They do not mix. And going to data number three, it is about the capital gains. You know how when you sell a property, you receive capital gains if you sell it at a gain. Same thing here. QBI and capital gains, they're like oil and water. They do not mix. So you get 20% on your net profit from your businesses, but it does not apply to that gain. Going to data number four, this is very important for those of you who are members or partners in an LLC. In other words, if you have an LLC and you deduct as an expense your salary or it's also called guarantee payments, or it could be your W-2 also, your wages, if you have an S corporation, right? That amount is deducted, which it means it decreases your profit. Like in this example, if your profit was $10 and from that you pay yourself $4, that means your net profit, it's that $6. And QBI, the 20% QBI deduction is based on that $6. And I'm using small numbers here because my focus here is not to impress you with big numbers. My focus here is for you to grasp this strategy or this information. So on the other one, if you have less guarantee payments, which you know that on those guarantee payments or wages, you are going to pay Social Security, Medicare, and federal taxes. So on the earnings, which is in this example $8, on that amount you're going to get the 20% QBI deduction. So I'm not telling you these so you say, oh my God, I'm not going to pay myself no wages, nothing. No, I'm telling you these. So when the time comes to make a decision on how much you should pay yourself, you make this decision based on proper information. So you make this decision in a place where there is light instead of darkness. And that is part of my mission because it's necessary if we want to take advantage of the benefits that is out there, right? Now, if you're a business owner and you're not a C corporation and you want more or better understanding about this QBI, I will have a class titled How Not to Pay Taxes on 20% of your net profit. And I'm going to explain it in a simple language for business owners. In other words, for taxpayers. If you do not pay taxes, however, this class is not for you. It is only for small business owners who pay federal taxes. So, but it's going to be available at the end of the year. So it's not available yet, but I'm really hoping that by December it will be available in Spanish and in English. So going forward, on the next slide, so data number 5, another historic change for those of you who are employees. Remember how painful it is to fill out a Form W-4 to calculate your withholdings? Well, the IRS actually revised it. It made it more simple, and it's going to be available for the year 2020 if it's not available before. Honestly, I think it is going to be easier for people that have one job, and it might not be as easy for those who have more than one job, but it's definitely an improvement from the prior W-2. So that is good news. Going to data number 6, just in case you have not heard, finally, there is no penalty for not having health insurance. Gosh, what a relief. However, I just want to make sure the Obamacare is still operating. Just the penalty has been taken out. So now going to data number 7, you know, guys, this is the latest audit percentages I heard at the IRS Tax Forum. The audit percentage for C corporations is 0.9%. For S corporations, 0.2%. And for Schedules C with profits over $25,000 is 2.4%. Now, why am I telling you this? Very important. You never want to make your decision on whether to open a certain entity based on this information. This information is there for you to simply be aware because it is important. All right. You know, I hope this information was helpful because I gotta tell you, the way we conquer a jungle is a step at a time, little by little. And this tax jungle is gonna be conquered. My mission here, guys, is so that you really start to know and understand and have clarity on the basics. I want you to keep more of your hard-earned money. That is the mission here. I want you to be able to stand on your own little by little to know the basics. Why? Because I want you to pay only the amount that you're supposed to, not 1 penny more. And that's the reason for this video. Thank you so much for listening to this information. If you like this video, please subscribe, share with your family and friends. I will embrace your inspiring comments. Until next time, remind your heart to smile and fight for your dreams with honor and undying determination. Thank you so much.